I think it's quite fitting because it struck me as Stavros was saying that he was struck by the music in Fada Romani, and Yorgos saying that the written literatures of Turkish Cypriot and Greek Cypriot prior to 74 weren't talking to each other, but there was non-literary communication happening all the time, that we're now turning to the non-literary forms of communication, which I think may have more to tell us about multiculturalism and where we are in terms of diversity in Cyprus. We have three further speakers, and then we'll have questions at the end, and I've forgotten the order. And we'll be starting off with Elizabeth Herk-Doering, who you've heard briefly at the front there. Elizabeth, when I look at her sort of CV, is not only broad in her geographical spread, but also in her interests. She has a BA in anthropology, an MA Ed, and an MFA in sculpture, and of course, it's the latter that she's most well known for. She's represented us, Cyprus, jointly in the Venice Biennale, yes, 54th, and in her academic writing, she often uses her research into her own visual projects and turns those into academic papers. I'll introduce the other two while I'm here as well. Who's next? Anbar Onar is someone I've never met. But her work with Side Streets, I'm very excited about meeting you, hopefully later on, which is a crucial cultural outlet in the north of Nicosia. She's been involved culturally over a number of years, an independent artist and scholar who's worked at a number of universities, and also her artistic work ranges from painting to video art and to performance, and she's exhibited widely in Cyprus and internationally, Greece, Turkey, the US, Sweden, France, and others. And finally, Michael Hadji Michael, who is Associate Professor here at the Department of Communications, whose diversity is all-encompassing in some ways. Despite being an academic and interested in cultural and political perspectives of it, he's also a performance poet, a recording artist, a radio presenter, and a freelance writer. He's been widely travelling with recent performances in Durban, Nicosia, of course, and Guernica, Leeds, San Francisco, and of course Jamaica, where he was attending the International Reggae Conference just earlier this year. He also presents a weekly radio show, Outer National, which is played on 5 different stations in various countries. So we have not only diversity in terms of cultural product, but also in the media that are associated with it. I'd like to turn first to Elizabeth, if I may, whose paper today is Diversity in the Visual Arts.